Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do another greeting card today, and I'm excited for this one. I have a cool idea, and I am going to show you how this tool works today. That will come later though. So I'm gonna pull this out of the way for now. And first things first, we gotta start making some cuts. So today these are my colors that we're gonna be using. And obviously we need to get our card. So I already have the size cut to 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then I am just going to score. And I am just going to score this to card size. 4 1/4. Alright. Just out of the way for a second. Fold this down. Make sure this is down. Good. If it pops up a little bit, you can always use something like a straight edge and just flat better. Alright, so we have that. That is actually going to be the bottom color, so that's out of the way for now. Next, I am going to cut up this pretty sheet into 3 chunks. So I want them to be, so I have 4 1/4 space to work with, so I want to make 3 1 inches. Oops, I'm still scoring. 3 of those. I don't think I'll need much more of that because, and then let's do it by about 4 1/4. I think that would be nice. 1. I'm gonna need to cut another sheet. 2. Get rid of my excess. 3. Next, so we had 1. I don't want the border to be too big. I want it to be nice and thin. So I think I'm going to go 1 1/4. No, let's do 1 3/8, just to have a nice tiny trim around the edges. So 1 3/8 makes this look, yeah, I think that, no, you know what? That's even too wide maybe. 1 oh, sorry, not 1 3/8, 1 1/8. 1 3/8 would be over there. I'm thinking of 16ths. Better. Alright, I like that. Yeah, I think that's much better. So I did 1 1/8. And since I did it by 4, so I just did by 4, so I want to make 4 1/8. 1, 2, 1. Need to cut another one. So 1 1/8. Now I'm going to tape these to those. Flip these over, tape them down. here. All right, so let's get these onto here. Perfect, there's one. Next one going. Sometimes this tape can be super tricky. Really depends on preference. I've always liked this stuff. I've never really liked the roll-on tape. I've never really liked the glue. But I've tried other ones and this has been my favorite. And I think it's only been my favorite because I have nails. I know other people that struggle that do not have nails. All right, and last one here. All right. Okay, so now we have our 3 pretty pieces of paper, and before we tape anything down, I'm going to make one that goes across, and then, oh, I need some more paper, which is what I'm saying. Does this fit? I don't know what size that is. I don't think so. I think I want to do... Okay, so I'm going to cut another 1 1/8. And what I'm going to do with this one, I'm not really sure how long. Let's see here. I think I want to leave a little bit off, so I'm going to do another 4. So, should make that one a little bit longer. That's okay. So this one's going to be 1 by 5. So I just did 4, and now I'm going to take off 1/8. So it'll be 3 7/8. Line that up as much as possible. All right, so there, that will be glued onto there. Just focusing real hard. All right, so I've got those ready to go. I want to put a nice fancy stamp on that one. So this is the special part. I'm gonna pick some stamp here. I think I'm gonna go with a nice big one. There we go. Come on. Here we go. There we go. All right. So here comes the fun part. I'll get these out of the way here so they don't blow away. All right. And this is needs to be swapped here because it was on clear. Now it's on rubber, which that's what this stamp is. All right, now I need my Versamark watermark stamp pad, and I'm going to pull out my embossing powder and my embossing gun. Is that what it says on the, it says hot air gun on the outside, but I call it the embossing gun, heat gun, whichever one works best. So this is going to be a little bit louder in a second here. Whoopsies. So I have that plugged in, ready to go. I'm not sure if it warms up when it's plugged in or if it's like a, I'm not sure if it's like a hair dryer. Okay, and this has obviously been used before. All right, so here we go. Stamp that down. Get this inked good. So this is basically just clear. It's kind of like sticky clear stuff. And then when you stamp it down, it comes off. It's stickier, and then you'll, oh my goodness, my words are not working today. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. I'm actually not sure how long this takes to dry. So just to be safe, I'm gonna do it quickly. So I always too put a base underneath because you keep whatever's left over rather than just throwing it away. And cover this nicely with the powder. Now that looks nice on its own. Try and flick it a bit just so you don't get any edges. Anything that's surrounding the stamp that you don't want, try and rub off. Careful that you don't smudge that. That can sit there for a while now. Okay, I'm gonna put all of my dust, I don't know, embossing powder back in. This actually lasts quite a while. It just gets a little bit messy sometimes. All right. And obviously I'm gonna have some excess on there. Get rid of that. And move this stuff out of the way. While I'm doing that, I'm also gonna clean my stamp again. Oops. This is sticky stuff. I don't want it to dry onto my stamp. Cleans nicely. All right. Put this back out of the way again. Okay, so here we go. This is hot, so when you do turn it on, you don't want to put your hand directly in front. It does get quite hot if you're holding it there for too long. So I always try and have just my nail showing, because that way the heat touches the nail rather than my bare skin. And I try and do half the side and then I'll flip it over and do the other side. And this is going to get a little loud, so we'll probably shut the sound off right here. Okay, here we go. All right, and there we have a little bit of a shine on there, you can see. That looks awesome. Okay, so this is hot still, so I'm gonna let it cool down. The other thing I too don't normally do, I don't normally tape it down because the tape underneath, as you heat it up, it kind of just wants to not melt, but it doesn't stick as well, so the paper can also crinkle. So it's better if you do it not attached to a sheet already, so if you do it on its own. But okay, so here we go. So that one's done. Next we can work on, get that out of the way, we can work on this background. And I am going to take sponge, just a simple sponge. You can tell that I've used it before, and I'm going to just ink it. Got a decent amount of pressure on there, and spread. I think that looks pretty decent. Here we go. Let's see how it looks once this is sitting over top. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, so get that back out of the way. We're done with you and you. Now, the fun part of just placing everything. Tape. Oh, so I'm going to use some pump tape again. I have a little bit of this left over, so I'm going to use that for here. Alright, so this one can go right in the middle. Try and center as much as possible. Then you know, it would help to take off the backing. Okay, so yep, that's sticky now. Let's try this again. Crafting tip 101, take off the tape backing before you tape it down. Okay, get this one down there. Lovely. And the last one, get this one up here. So when I do this too, I'm not worried about the edges, I'm worried about the space between. And the space that I put here and there. So that looks center to me. Perfect. Next is to pump that one on top. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Center that. All right. We'll do about 4 or 5, if this will cooperate. Okay, perfect. 1, 2, oh. Okay, and just pop them wherever. And I want to keep it on the background. I think it looks nicer when it's just on the background. All right, and let's see here. 2 seconds. Here we go. Finished product. I love this card. I love the background too. Thank you for whoever was able to come watch. I really appreciate it. I hope that this was helpful if you saw my previous video. And let me know what you think. I will be back next week with another one. Oh, and I also want to add, so if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, let me know that you liked it, and subscribe so that you're here for all of my future videos and you never miss one. You can also turn on the notification bell so you know when I upload. Alright, bye!